Gosh, Jesse, I think
Hey,
we're live.
everyone.
I got the countdown. Nobody's probably here yet, but let's just chat for a few minutes. This is called the cold opening, right? The
This
cold
is the
opening.
cold opening.
I think so. This is the cold opening that I know we do it on the Market Proof Marketing podcast. I'll wait and see who's popping on before I do our official entry. But wow, hey, you are in the business of dog rescue right now.
I don't know if I'm going to smile or cry about it. Like, the generosity has been so amazing, but I don't even know what's to come. But I'm really excited.
I am, of course, like my heart goes out to you and your family that are trying to help these puppies, but
Horses.
mini horses, basically. But I am just overwhelmed in the support that you've gotten so far. Like
I know.
it's
It's
so amazing.
amazing.
It's so
Yeah.
amazing. But you're going to need it. So,
Yeah.
or
It's
they're
going to be
going to
great.
need it, obviously.
You
Okay.
know what's going to be fun?
What?
3 Great Danes in a car for 8 hours. So,
How I didn't ask you that. How are they actually getting here?
in a car with my mom.
Okay, so your mom is going to be bringing them.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
It's going to be awesome.
Man, it's
Stay
online
tuned,
people
stay tuned
talk.
for
It's
selfies.
online people talking, and today we're talking about Great Dane dog rescue. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get it going. Welcome, everybody. This is Online People Talking, or OPT, as we like to call it. My name is Jen Barkin, and this is with me.
Jesse Suggs. Happy to be here.
This program is dedicated to you, the online sales specialist. We'll talk about real life solutions, challenges, scenarios just for you. And so we are so excited to kind of dig into what we have planned today. If you are joining us, say hello, make sure that we know you are here. Use your little fingers and chat away, because we definitely want to say hi and give us some hearts and likes. And we're here to answer your questions too as we chat. We do have a special guest today that will be joining us. But before we get into that, Jesse, we have some kind of housekeeping things we want to talk about, some reminders for you out there in the industry. So coming up very soon, I think Monday is something special that people need to know about.
Yep. The Nationals Awards. It's near and dear to our hearts. We get to watch all of you amazing people get up on stage. So Monday is the deadline for everything. So it's lots of information to get over there. But
Mhm.
Monday, the 23rd, the official deadline for the Nationals Awards.
Yes. If you are applying, chat it out. If you have applied in the past, if you have been a winner, definitely let us know. We want to celebrate you. It is such a big deal. And if you're thinking right now, man, it's Tuesday and it's due on Monday, do I have time? Yes, you do. It takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours of dedicated focused time, and you can get through that application. So don't cut yourself short. Definitely apply. Online sales team of the year, online sales person of the year, online sales rookie of the year, and there's actually online sales manager of the year as well. So 4 different categories for online sales. Yay! Okay, the other thing, exciting news. Hey, Donna. The other exciting news is that this past week, October 9th and 10th, Jesse and I launched, and Amanda launched the Virtual Online Sales Academy. Jesse, how did it go? What did you think?
I mean, it has been so amazing. There's just an intimate group. I think there's 16 of us. And I think like 5 of them have been in the seat for less than a week.
Yeah.
So it's just been amazing to see all of the fresh new minds coming into the industry. And then all that we cover just in 2 short days, plus, of course, additional
Mm-hmm.
weeks of training. So it's just been fun.
Yeah, it's the first one that we've done virtual in quite some time. And I have to say, Hey, if any of our Academy members are watching right now, chime in. I just want to say right here on Online People Talking, I'm looking at you in your eyeballs. You guys are a fantastic Academy. We're having so much fun with you. It's been engaging, and we can't wait to spend the next 8 weeks. Like we told you, you're not done with us yet. You're going to be with us for 8 more weeks. The DConvert team is just back from our online sales and marketing summit as well. Woo, man! Like Jesse, I don't know about you, but I'm still processing
I know.
the magical time
It
that we
took me
had.
like 2 weeks to make a LinkedIn post because I've just been digesting all of
Mm-hmm.
the information, and it was just amazing.
Oh my
So good to
gosh.
see everybody.
I mean, there was so much content and so many takeaways, but what stood out to you? What was one thing if you had to pick?
Oh, if I had to pick one thing right now, it would
Yeah.
be love the market that you're in. I
Yeah.
mean, this is the only one you got. So having the predictor of like your success being your level of optimism
Mm,
going into this next market is just a nice reminder that like you've got to be intentional on how you're thinking about what is in front of you. So it was a good
yeah.
little reminder on that.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I think my favorite takeaway was from Rhonda, where she said, you've got to find the pony in the room full of poo. She didn't say poo, if you know Rhonda, but you got to find the pony. She tells this story. It was awesome. So yeah, Presley says, so true. Love it. If you were there and you heard that story, let's give some high fives to Rhonda Conger. She was fantastic. Okay, well, let's get into talking about what we wanted to talk about today on Opt and introduce our special guest. I'm going to let Jessie have the honors of introducing her because she has been working with her now for a little while, and I think it would be awesome. So, Jessie, who do we have as our special guest?
I am just thrilled to introduce you guys to Erin Russell. She is a part of the Tim O'Brien team. She is a dynamic duo with another Erin. So it's the Erin and Erin team over there at Tim O'Brien. Erin has been just amazing to watch grow in the seat. So fun fact about Erin, she's a twin. I don't know if you knew that,
Oh,
Jen,
I
but
didn't
she
know that.
has
Yeah.
a twin brother. But aside from that, she actually started straight out of college into the industry, just like myself. She did an internship with Tim O'Brien Homes in sales and marketing and fell in love with it 4 years ago. And so she has been doing online sales ever since. So we would love to introduce you to Erin Russell.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm
Oh my
excited
gosh.
to be here.
Absolutely. I did not know that. That is so cool. So you started as an intern and look at you now. You're
I
like
know.
part of this super team at Tim O'Brien. How long how long have you been actually in online sales?
So I started in January of 2020. So it'll be
That's
4
right.
years at the start of next year. So it's been a
Right
fun ride.
before the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Exactly. Everyone's like, you started at a weird time. And I'm like, I didn't know any different. So it's been normal for me, I guess.
Yeah. That's so awesome. So, one of the things that has been so great, like Jesse said, is, kind of watching you grow in this role. And, as you're 4 years in, right? And when you get to that place of being in this position for a while, you start like thinking like, okay, what do I need to be doing differently? Or is there something new I need to be doing as an online sales specialist? And I know, Jesse, did you ever feel like that when you were in the seat?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's normal.
Yeah, I know I did. That's why I started doing the stuff with dogs and, finding like what were you passionate about that you could incorporate into your day to day. And one thing that you're doing so great is something called the Construction Chronicles, which is what we want you to talk about today and share with us kind of what you're doing, how you're doing that. So, how did you start, or why did you start this, and what exactly is it? Let's start there. What are the Construction Chronicles?
Yeah, so the Construction Chronicles is really a video series that me and my counterpart Erin, we are in two different divisions, but we're still kind of a a team here at Tim O'Brien Homes. So it's a video series that we came up with to really give leads kind of an inside look at what the build process looks like here at Tim O'Brien Homes. So we really kind of came up with the idea because we're like, okay, what can we do? What ideas can we come up with as far as content goes to get out to leads, but something that we haven't done before? I feel like I oftentimes get stuck of, what can I come up with that's new? And I feel like I'm always trying to come up with new ideas, but sometimes it can be difficult. So we started really brainstorming ideas of what would be exciting for a lead to see. So if I were a customer considering building, what would I want to receive that would be exciting and fun to watch, whether I'm looking now or if I'm still kind of sitting on the sidelines and not necessarily looking to buy now, but something that we can, still stay in front of leads in our CRM system. So it kind of started by back in 2021, we created a video that was really just us talking through the build process from online inquiry to contract. So kind of more of the initial point of things. And we really started talking about, maybe it's, time to revamp that video, update it, and send it out again. And as we got talking further, we're really like, actually, let's take this a step further and really give somebody something to watch and something to see that's a little bit more exciting than just our faces talking about what the steps look like, because a lot of our leads already see our faces very often from video emails. So we really came up with the idea based on kind of starting with that video that we did back in 2020, but then again, taking it a step further and really showing what the build process looks like. Because I think that's something that's not only exciting to everybody, but also kind of a big question mark for many of our customers that have never built before.
Yeah. And Tim O'Brien, just explain to everybody like what type of builder you are, because I think that's important to understand why this is so valuable to your customer.
Yeah. So Tim O'Brien Homes, we are a semi-custom builder. So we do about 50% of our builds are customer builds. The other half are spec homes. We call them ready homes. So we do spec homes as well, but then about half of our builds are customer homes. So they really get the opportunity to pick out. We have a collection of plans. They get to pick out what plan they want. And then there's a lot of room for personalization and ways that customers can modify our plans and really make it their own. So when we kind of came up with this idea for the Construction Chronicles, we felt like it was important to pick a customer home to feature versus a spec home, because then we can really showcase how this specific customer that we've picked out to do the video series on has personalized their home and really made it their own. So it kind of gives customers or future customers ideas on what they can do. And again, an opportunity to showcase what this specific customer has done to their new home too. So that's also kind of a fun piece of it, because it's going to be a little bit different than any other floor plan of this home we've built.
Yeah, that's awesome. And anybody watching, if you have questions as we're talking about this content, definitely chat it out for Aaron. Jesse, you're working with Aaron like through this process and kind of brainstorming through it. What are your thoughts or what are your questions for Aaron?
Yeah, well, we really started just kind of brainstorming on a call together. We're like, 1, what do you like doing? Videos. 2, if you were a homeowner, what would you want to receive, right? Well, I don't know the build process. So I want to have a firsthand glimpse of what it means to build. And then they took it from there and really ran with it and started using this as not only prospecting or a way to stay in front of their customers, but also how do we use this content in other ways to get new lead generation? And so they're going to take this content and use it on socials and try to gather some more interest from that as well. So it's just been super neat to watch. And then as we mentioned, they're a team, so they both have their own Construction Chronicles going on with their own customers, and watching them do it from 2 different kind of perspectives or what they want to portray. That's been super neat too. So making it their own.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, so I have another question. 1, how did you come up with the name Construction Chronicles?
I was trying to think of this. I know it was with the help of Jesse. So it kind of started once we came up with this idea. We're like, we love the idea. This is going to be so fun. But then we knew we had to come up with kind of a cute, fun name to keep it the same with each video that we're sending out. Okay. And I started trying to brainstorm ideas. I tried to use ChatGPT to come up with some ideas, but I don't think I was
good old ChatGPT. Well, I love that you tried it, but what happened?
I tried it.
What happened?
it was not capturing our vision of what we were wanting this to be. So the names that it was coming up with were not, we
Yeah.
kind of took some ideas from it, but I'm like, this is not what I'm trying to get at here. And I think at the end of the day, it was really Jesse that came up with Construction Chronicles. We liked kind of the play on words, and it just
Yeah.
kind of came up and we loved it.
That's awesome. So Jesse mentioned you're using it for prospecting. So
Mhm.
you're sending this out as a way to get in front of leads that are already in your database. How else are you using it?
So the main way we are doing it right now is, so we've been sending it out monthly through our CRM, which we use HubSpot. We're going to start posting it on our social media too, as kind of more combined videos, so a little bit longer videos. We actually are going to eventually give them to the customer too, which is going to be fun for them. They're really excited about that because they'll have a look back at
Oh, you're saying the specific customer that you
yeah,
feature
their
their
home
build.
that
Oh, that's
mhm.
fun.
So we're at the end, we're gonna combine it kind of in one long video, so
Okay.
it'll almost be a little bit of a time lapse, not necessarily a time lapse, but kind of a long video from start to finish that we can show. And that's something that we're gonna do too, is combine them all into one big video, because then for years to come, we'll really have these videos to use and show people, hey, this is what a little taste of what the build process would look like. And people that are not in our, maybe our prospecting CRM lists and things, we can still share these videos with them too, to get them excited about what
Yeah.
this process will look like for them.
Yeah. I know as an online sales specialist, you're always looking for something to send out, like some kind of new
Yes,
content or
exactly.
something cool to send out. So I love this idea. I think I have, Justin, I have more questions for you, but I think it would be really cool to show everybody one of these videos. And
Heck yeah.
I think we have one queued up to go. Maybe.
Hey guys, it's Erin. Today is a very exciting day. I am out front of lot 41 in the Preserve at Harvest Ridge with our building professional, Eric.
Hello.
He is part of our community team here with M, who you'll meet in a later video. And we are out here because today is dig day for the Kendall.
Hi, yes, again, I'm Eric, building professional out here in Harvest Ridge, and today we are doing excavation. So Justin is out in the backhoe right now. He stripped the topsoil off the driveway as well as where the home was being dug, and currently he's digging out the foundation for this beautiful Kendall here on lot 41.
A week before their dig date, the family building this home had their pre-construction orientation with M and Eric. The pre-construction orientation is an opportunity to formally meet your building professional that you'll be working with, as well as a time to review your home plans again and outline the building process in much greater detail and give an outlook at what the next 7 or so months will look like during this journey. It's now been about 2 weeks since dig day. After pouring the footings and walls, the Delta MS waterproofing and foundation foam insulation has been installed, and we are now in the backfill stage. Additional fill in stone is being brought in to ensure that we have a complete backfill, and lumber will begin to arrive next week. Next up is framing.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Oh my gosh. So if you love that, give Erin some hearts. It really just, there's so many, unless you have built a home before, you don't really understand all of the process, all of the things that have to happen. So let's get into talking about how you produce this, because it looks really professional. It's not like you're with your iPhone out there on the lot, with the selfie stick going, hey, I'm out here and, we're digging dirt, we're digging your foundation. So what's the production process here?
So what I can actually tell you is I actually am out there with my iPhone and my selfie stick. So
Okay.
it's really actually not very produced, and it's really
It's
easy to do. It's
amazing.
just me going out there and doing it. So I did buy kind of a traditional selfie stick to help stabilize, and that way if it is me in the video, I can have it a little bit further away. But otherwise, what I have been generally doing is going out to the site, going out to the lot, taking kind of short videos of what's happening. And then I use the iMovie app on my iPhone, and then I'll combine the shorter clips so that we can show kind of several different things in one video. And then as you saw, the video that was where I was standing talking, and then Eric, our construction manager, was next to me. I was just talking into the camera. And then sometimes I'll do some voiceovers too. That way I'm not always having to talk while I'm standing out at the lot. And then I just combine the videos. I'll add in some music over it, so it's not just dead silence in the background, but otherwise it's all just coming from an
Wow.
iPhone.
That is amazing. And also, like, if you're thinking, I don't know technically if I would be able to do all of that. It might be something that you could get marketing. Like, if you didn't know how to do all of that yourself, you could at least get the little clips and get some help with it, right? Get marketing to help you with it.
Yeah.
What I can say too is it seems intimidating, but it's actually so easy to use. I started using iMovie when I was just doing some walkthrough videos of our ready homes or our spec homes when we were posting them on Facebook and things. And once you start playing around with it, it's actually pretty simple. I feel like if I can do it, I'm sure most of the other people watching other OSCs that are looking to do something like this would be able to do it, because it's pretty
You heard it here,
simple.
folks.
I can say it.
Erin says you can do it. Jesse, what questions do you have for Erin?
I was just thinking as I was watching that, you mentioned, even if you've purchased a home before, or even if you bought a new construction spec home, you don't always know the process. And so this is an educational series for the customer, but also as an online sales specialist, you don't always know all the steps. So that's the added value there, to learn. So like, what have you learned in this process so far as you've been making this series?
I have learned a lot, and that's something that I was going to say too. Is it's an educational piece for leads, but also for myself, because I don't get to get out there and see every little step that takes place to get a home built. I know the general steps and I know what the process looks like, but to be able to see it actually happening day by day, step by step, has been so great. Also getting to see our trade partners out there working and seeing what they actually do. It's like, oh, I know they're out there framing, but going out and actually seeing them do the work has been so eye-opening too. So it's been such a great experience so far, and I've already learned a lot, and it's only been, I think we started this in July or August. So I'm excited to kind of see what else I do learn. Our construction manager has also been great in letting me know exactly what's going on, some of the lingo and terms as far as specifics too. So it's been very educational for myself as well, which has been great.
I got chills. I know I'm a weirdo, but that is so amazing. And when in your role, when you find yourself with maybe a little bit more bandwidth, seasonality of maybe leads are a little bit slower, and you're like, okay, I've got some extra time. As long as your first priorities are always taken care of. That's the Mama Jen here. Just remember, calls, leads, appointments, all that's happening, and you find yourself with some extra time. What a great way to learn, like you're saying, Erin. Like, get out there, like take these videos, learn yourself, ask questions, get the lingo. Jesse, what else?
I was going to ask you, how long? I know you said it doesn't take much effort in learning how to use the video platforms, but how long should someone take out of their day to prescribe to getting out there, recording, editing, and then posting or sending out?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we've been sending these out on a monthly basis. So my next one will actually be sent out tomorrow. So I'll usually try to get out to the lot a couple different times in that month before I send it out to get some videos so I can show a little bit more progress in each video. I would say taking videos out at the lot, I'm not there more than maybe 20 minutes. And that's if I'm really taking videos. And if there's somebody else out there that I'm talking with, truthfully, if there's nobody there and I'm just taking some videos, I would say closer to 10 to 15. So maybe 15 minutes a couple different times throughout the month. And then I would say max half hour to get them all combined. And if you are going to do some voiceovers, sometimes takes a little bit of time to come up with what I'm going to say or what my script is going to be, and then recording those, and depending on how many takes I have to do. But otherwise, I would say I maybe spend an hour to an hour and a half at the most each month between taking the videos, putting it all together,
Right.
And doing the music and voiceover and everything too. So it really is. And I try not to think too much into it and make it too perfect, because this is real life. So I try not to do 50 different takes or whatnot. But yeah, I would say an hour to an hour and a half maybe each month.
Okay. If you are, what is your advice for somebody who's thinking about doing this and they're like not sure how to get started?
Yeah. So my biggest piece of advice would be to get your team involved. So as you saw in that video, that was again Eric, who's our construction manager for that community. So when we first came up with this idea, what I immediately did was reached out to our sales team, let them know what we were going to be doing or what I was going to be doing, and said, hey, does anybody have a customer that they feel like would be a good one to feature in this series or that they're comfortable with too? Because we did let the customer know we're going to be doing this since we will be posting on social media too. And M, who is one of our sales professionals here, she immediately reached out and she was like, hey, you should totally feature this customer's home. They'd be okay with it. And the great thing about that too is that she has been so excited about it as well, in addition to our construction manager. So they're really excited about it. They're going to be featured in the videos. They're able to help keep me updated on exactly what's going on, what trades are out there on what days. And we're also going to hopefully get some of our trades in the videos too, as far as talking. So they'll be able to help with that connection as well. So I would say the biggest piece is getting your team involved because it makes it much easier and much more exciting and fun too.
Probably bridges the gap with your on-site sales specialist too, getting them involved in your world and something that you're working on as well.
Yeah,
That's an
exactly.
added benefit. Awesome. Okay, before we do fun facts, Jesse, anything else about the Construction Chronicles?
I was just thinking, I went back to my OSC self and I managed a number of communities and areas that I couldn't visit. So if somebody's in that position and there's maybe a community or a customer that they can't drive to, what would you say, is this doable for them? What would you tell them to do if they can't actually go out and record videos themselves?
Yeah, so that's a good question. We have quite a few different communities too, and some of them are definitely a little bit of a hike for me. So I purposely tried to pick a neighborhood that was near our office because I come out to our office once to twice a week for our sales meetings and things. So that way I can kind of knock it out while I'm out here already. Now, I know that might not be feasible for some too. So again, getting the team involved might help because your sales team members are already going to be out at the site on a weekly or more basis. I know a lot of our sales team members actually send customers update videos anyways. So that would be a good opportunity to say, hey, if you're doing this, could you send me the videos so I can compile them and make something a little bit different? Or, even if they're just able to do photos, you could even do it with kind of a slideshow of photos type of thing too. So I would say with the help of your team, it's definitely still something worth considering or trying.
Yeah, I love that. Just get your sales team or your superintendent to send you whatever videos they're already taking.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Fun facts, Erin. Okay, rapid fire. Jesse and I are going to go back and forth. I'll go first. What do you do to recharge your battery?
Ooh, either play with my dog Pumpkin or go shopping.
Nice.
I like it. Okay.
What kind of dog is Pumpkin?
She is a Pembroke Welsh Corgi.
Oh gosh, that sounds
fancy.
That sounds
It does sound very fancy. Not that fancy.
Okay, I already gave up your twin fact because that was the fun fact that I knew about you.
Yeah.
So let me put you on the spot. What's another fun fact about yourself?
Okay, this one's very random, but back in, I think it was 2018, I won a Harley Davidson motorcycle.
Stop it.
What?
Yeah, we probably don't have time for the whole story.
What did you do with it?
I sold it.
Okay.
It was a very large bike. I'd never driven a motorcycle before. It was just not going to work out, but it was exciting.
Yes. Well, that is exciting. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
What are you reading, watching, listening to right now?
So I have a stack of books that I've been meaning to read that I need to start. I'm kind of watching like guilty pleasure shows right now. I've been watching The Golden Bachelor, and
how is that?
It's
anybody
really
else watching The Golden Bachelor?
I really enjoy it.
Okay,
it's
better
fun.
than the regular Bachelor.
I think so now.
Okay,
it's been good. So I'm watching that, and then I'm also watching the new Real Housewives of New York City. And
I'm watching that too.
So
yeah. Is there, wait, hold on, back to the Golden Bachelor. Is there more drama or less drama on this one?
I would say equal. I was at first before I started, I was like, what's the dynamic gonna be? But it's pretty similar to the normal Bachelor, which is interesting. But I would say equal amount of drama.
I love
Oh
it.
my gosh. Well, Erin, you guys can see why we wanted to have Erin on Opt to share with you guys what she's doing. You know, it's always good to have like a refresh and think of a new way to communicate with our home buyers and giving them information about how you build homes. You know, that's something that typically we put on our websites and things like that. But this just adds a whole nother layer of awesomeness. And I didn't even think about some of these added benefits that we talked about today, like working with your on-sites, actually you yourself getting educated about your home builds. That makes you a much better online sales specialist, wouldn't you say? Like, how's that benefited you?
Yeah, being able to explain the process to some, because there are some
Yeah.
people that really want to know the nitty-gritty right off the bat. So
Yeah.
being able to have a little bit more insight and firsthand look at what that process looks like makes it so much easier to then explain to somebody else who
Yeah.
doesn't know what that looks like.
Yeah. And what do we always say? With knowledge comes confidence. So, I mean, it's just so awesome. So thank you, Erin, so much
Thank
for
you, Jennifer.
joining us. Thank you, Jesse, so much for joining us. And thank you guys for tuning in to Online People Talking, as we like to call it, Opt. We will see you next time. As always, you can head over to duconvert.com for all of the latest and up-to-date information, blogs, podcasts, all of those free resources for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.